Yeah, I'm about to make this video about this is basically the truth about PUAs. Um, Let me start off is I've been watching MGTOW content and red pill content for at least. I mean, I was red pill and MGTOW before it was a thing because I only been in a few relationships in my life, so pretty much I've been that way, but I didn't know what to call it. And when I start watching it, I think back in like 2016. So all the stuff that I seen online, it pretty much confirmed all the stuff that I been doing before I even found out about it. But get to the point where you have PUAs and the truth about them. And the truth about PUAs is that they need someone to be under them. They have a complex, a superiority complex to themselves. And they need minions. They need people to be under them. They need people to listen up to them. They need people to look up to them. Because when they give advice to people, they try to take you out of your comfort zone and out of your zone, which you, not to improve you, but to make you just like them and listen to their teachings and listen to the things they do and make them feel good about themselves. I mean, these people who, mainly the PUAs, they supposed to be successful businessmen, but they see that there is slim pickings in the world of dating and sexual everything, whatever you want to call it. Pretty much, they look at it and say, let me be the king of these people. But they go and try to pick on people who are not in their little groups. See, POAs have a fan base of men who are willing to take their advice. And the truth about them is that PUAs and people who, so-called alpha or whatever they call themselves, they have a step-by-step way of doing what they do. And eventually, in like 2 or 3 years, they fade off. What they do, their advice that they give you, it doesn't benefit you in the long run, because it doesn't show you. When they tell you things like, okay, let me give you an example. They will say, well, to get women, get a nice car, get your body right, and get your finance right. What they don't tell you about the other side of that is the car cost, the price tag, the maintenance of the car, what kind of car that you need to drive in order to get women. Can you afford the car? They don't tell you this shit. Then when they talk about getting your body right, they don't tell you that how long it might take to get your body fully developed, what kind of diet plan you should go under, what does your body do to itself when you are working out, how much money it costs to have that body that is appealing to women. Then the finances. They tell you to go out and do all this crap, but they don't tell you where to go at, where to look at, where not to look at. So pretty much they don't have any incentive. They telling you to go out here with all this advice, grand advice, and tell you to go at your own device. So they make you do the groundwork, but at the same time worshiping them like they're Messiah or they're the God of all women, of knowing how to get women. See, that's their game. When they spit so-called game to people, they feel more superior about themselves, so they can come off as the king of you, the king of what you are. Because if they tell you how to do something, they benefit from it in the long run because they have their tag on what they told you to do. Me, I'm not going to do that. I'm telling you right now, this is a precautionary to them. You don't have to take this, and I'm not trying to make myself superior, but I see it because I'm not on it. I'm not in any of them camps. See, you have the PUAs, the alpha people, you got MGTOW, you got you got the red pill philosophy, all that. You got blue pill, you got the simps, and then on the other side with women, you got the feminists, you got the gold diggers, and you got the thoughts and all of them. If you are not a part of no side, aka if you are a so-called virgin, or you live in your mom's house, or you live in the basement, or you don't get no sex from nobody, or you're a loser, you dress bad, you are untapped material for any of these groups, unincluded red pill philosophy and MGTOW, because those two groups, they pretty much try to take you out of that war zone. What the rest of them does is they try to recruit you for whatever they want you for. See, I told you about the PUAs, but the simps want you to worship women. They want you to lick in boots like they do. So they will shame you with, oh yeah, you need to find real love, blah, 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 blah. You need to do this, you need to do that. They never tell you the real truth about that because they're too blue pill. So pretty much you go their route, you're going to be licking women's boots and you're going to be doing it, whatever you take to appease women. And not only that, you're going to lose whoever you are. If you listen to the so-called guys who, the pickup artists, the PUAs, you're pretty much going to lose yourself as well, because you're going to do things that you're not privy to, or you don't have no incentive and you don't have no success rate. Meaning these people have been doing this shit for years, but they won't tell you the consequences of doing this shit. See, some people, the untapped guys who are the ones who don't get no ass, live in their mom's basement and stuff like that. Some of them are not built to take advice from PUAs or blue pill people, or be used by a gold digger, or be any of that, because some of these people are not just built for that. They got their own zone. And the zone that everybody want to eliminate is the zone in between these people. They the gray area. The guys who complain and say women are mad or they hate women. As long as they don't get out of hand, that's above the law, or go crazy with their philosophy, why can't there be an area for people who have that kind of mentality where they like, okay, I can be mad at women and blah, 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 blah. I can complain, because that shows a proof on both sides that there is men who don't want to do this bullshit. There's people who want to stay who they really are. They just complaining because they want to get it out. They're not hurting anybody. But when a PUA sees you are untapped, they're going to try to get you on their side. A blue pill is going to try to get you on their side. A gold digger, she's not going to get you on the side. But it's women who want to take advantage of men who in that middle. Like I said, I don't give them I don't have a title for them. But you get the gist of it, where they like the mama's boys and they don't get vagina and all this other crap. People like to pick on them to make themselves feel good about themselves. Because if you're too busy getting ass and you're on top of the world and you're alpha, Why you care if these group of people are complaining about life? Leave them fuck alone. It's like everybody's in a race and you're number one and you're faster than everybody else, but you see somebody in number 10, so you slow down just to talk shit to the person in number 10, and then you walk and then you run back to number 1. That would be too much energy out of your you be wasting too much fucking energy to go insult somebody at number 10, because you're gonna lose your place eventually if you keep talking trash to people. See, I'm more of a spiritual person. Yeah, I'm in that middle. I'm in that middle where I'm untapped, but I really don't care. I'm spiritual. I believe in karma and everything else. So you can't tell me when I should be successful. Only I know that. So I'm not gonna take anybody's advice. I'm gonna take my own advice by taking bits and pieces of the advice I see from MGTOW and the red pill philosophy, and hold it in my back pocket and put it on the lodge and put it on the shelf. So just in case I need to use it when I'm interacting with people, females in the world. If I want something beyond that, I'm going to use that. But I don't need to be out there, and I don't need anybody trying to push me off and try to make me a part of their team. Because that's what it is. Because in each side you got people, you see a common ground with both sides talking about how broke somebody is. Both sides saying you don't get no ass. Both sides saying you live with your mom. Even if all that shit is true, but you in your own comfortable zone, and only you can know when to be successful and when to move on and when to work out and when to do all this, then they shouldn't be bothering you. They should be focusing on the opposite side. And pretty much it's a tug of war between all of these people. And if you stay out of this shit, you get to have pretty much a ringside seat and watching them tear each other apart and talk about each other. To me, I think that's what knowledge really does for you. You don't participate in a war between two factions unless it's beneficial to you. You don't join an army because you want the feeling of battle, because that's what it's like with some people in the middle. Yes, they want to get into the battle. They want to go pursue women and do this and blah 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 blah. They want to get sex from women and all that other crap. But the fact is, they see that it's not worth it. So they rather stay in their zone and do things they want to do, because that's their life and that's how fun. That's how they want to do. Complaining online, I'm gonna say it like this. Complaining online and saying certain things online or whatever you want to do, as long as it's within the law or whatever, is more cathartic than joining one of these sides. Because either side you're not gonna be whole anymore. It's just like I said, going on the battlefield. You might lose a leg, you might lose parts of your body part, you might become wounded. These people don't care. They're just telling you what you want to hear. No, they're telling you what they want you to be so they can have someone on their side. But when you're red pill and you're MGTOW, you don't have to be one of them sides. Because the fact is, you got a whole group of people and be like, okay, yeah, blah, 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 well, whatever, yeah. They give you the incentive that you don't have to move from your position. Because the fact is, how I see it, is that these people who, the mama boys and the virgins and all that other stuff, these people are pretty much untapped. They have a more potential than doing more or even be greater than the people on the PUA side. So it seems that you shouldn't invite competition who might defeat you overall. And these women who go after these women who go after rich men, pretty much half of them are unsuccessful in the first place, because if they was really much successful, they would be happy. I mean, they're just, to me, they're high class hookers, or whatever you want to call them, because I mean, they're teaching, we got groups of people who teaching women how to be gold diggers, but the fact is, it's only like 20%, or at least like 10% of people who are successful. So that means that they're going to be competing with thousands and thousands of women, and they're never going to win. So they're going to lose. And then the PUAs are not telling you that the more game you spit to these women, the more built up, the more immune they become to the game. If you keep using game on the same female and you're like the 10th person who used game on her, you got to be better than the other 10 guys. Or you better come with a better car, better job, better body, better looks, because the last guys used game on her and she wants more. This is why now we have pretty much victims of players and PUAs who got done, so they got sold so many dreams to these guys. They're a mess. They're online looking for a weaker person like the beta males, but they're looking for someone who pretty much don't have game. But then the guys in the middle who don't have game, they're untapped. They don't want them because they're used up and they see them for what they are. See, to people who really think that the guys in the middle, in the gray area, will jump at the first sign of a girl paying them attention, not really. The reason why they chose the gray area is because it's more fitting for them in that area than it is to be either with a woman or to be playing their games. And that's the real truth right there. You'd rather be in that area and be called these simple-minded insults, even if it is true, to be part of this fucking war. I mean, I'm not gonna sorry, cursing, because I don't want this video to be taken down. To be part of a war that's gonna pick you apart little bit by little bit, because the PUAs don't tell you that the more times you get rejected, they don't tell you that some guys can't take rejection. It's not that they're gonna go crazy or do anything crazy. It's the fact is that to them, getting rejected is like getting punched in the face. You wouldn't send a person out who isn't built to box. You can have the best, I'm gonna say it like this, you can have the best body in boxing and the greatest coaches, but if your body can't handle a hit and you're jumping in a ring every single time and you're losing and you lost all your fights, eventually you're gonna look at it or look around yourself and say, I'm not born to be this fighter. Why did I become a fighter in the first place? And then you quit. These PUAs don't tell you the consequences. That's what I'm trying to tell you. They don't tell you the consequences of certain things if it don't work out. And they don't tell you how hard it is to go after them. Because 9 times out of 10, you're going after all of these PUAs and all of these people who got game, some of these women got played by tons and tons of guys. So you might be the 50th one, or you might be the 10th one, or you might be the 9th one with the same exact stick, nice clothes, body, talk a good game, have some little bit of money, but you have to do a little bit more to get her. You might get the sex. Yes, you might get it. But the fact is, they're going to want to switch up and take their anger out on you. Because the PUAs are not telling you that her getting played so many times is going to be wary. I mean, pretty much be, it's going to, I'm looking for the word. It's going to break her mind down to the point where if you the guy and she see you doing the same thing the other guys did, she gonna want to get back at all of them through you. You might turn into a false alligator. I mean, you might turn to a sexual assault case. You might have a case because she's seen that you were just like the regular other them dudes, and she's sick and tired, and she's decided, hey, I'm gonna get all these men back with this guy, and she gonna claim false rape or false domestic violence, and you're not gonna know what the hell happened. You followed the rules, you did what this guy told you to do, these guys told you to do, and you still lost. So if you in the middle, I'm gonna tell you this right now, if you in the middle, bear with the insults and fix yourself when you want to fix yourself. Don't fix yourself because society told you to fix yourself, or PUA told you to fix yourself, or somebody on YouTube told you to fix yourself. Fix yourself on your time. Because as grown adults who, if mama's boys live with their mom, and one day they get up and say, I'm tired of this, or virgins decided they don't want to be a virgin anymore, or the complainers stop complaining because they sick of it, whatever. These guys are going to be more fresh than the guys out there year after year after year. And they'll have more knowledge than any of the people out there, because they're going to look at everybody and say, oh man, I know what this person's going to do. I know what that person's going to say. I know who that person's going to do. I know what that person is. I know who that person is, because you looked at everything. You looked at both sides, and you know how to navigate through both sides where you take less damage. See, in society, there's people who never participated in one war, but they created things in order for the people who do go to war so they can take minimum damage. People created body armor. They created bulletproof cars. These people were in a gray area. They'd never seen a war in their life. They never seen it up close. But they created stuff. I'm going to just say it like that. I'm going to say these people right here. The guys in the gray areas are the scientists. The people, the PUAs and the gold diggers, they're warehouse workers. They keep cranking out more and more people specifically for themselves. These people that they tell what to do and get all this other stuff, they got a stamp on them, behind them. You as a mad scientist, you create things that are 10 times better that can hold up against both sides. Look at yourself as a mad scientist who isn't going to participate in any of this. But when you do get up and get out, you're going to be better than both sides, and you're going to be able to produce whatever both sides put out, because it's not cool. It isn't fun to be a part of certain. I seen a couple people who took sides. I seen guys who did the player route, and eventually they got bored of it, and they decided to be a MGTOW monk. I seen females who are gold diggers, and their life ain't any better than it was 5 years ago, or thoughts, or any of that shit. But guys who are in the middle, they pretty much look at everything like that. They're like, okay, yeah, I do want sex and some of that bullshit, but I'm gonna stay in this middle. I don't have to worry about anything. I don't have headaches as much as these two people do. I don't have to worry about certain things that these two sides have to worry about. See yourself as a mad scientist. See yourself as somebody who has untapped potential, because the fact is, there's always a way to get what you want in this world. This world is thousands and thousands of years old. Systems are like millions, not millions, hundreds of years old. This country is like 100-something years old. I mean, let me see. I don't know specific how old this country is, but the fact is, we're old, and we've been through a lot of history. You pretty much can see and tell all the history that we've been through. Throughout all in history, you had scientists in the middle, making things underground, making things 10 times better for the overall world and for themselves. I mean, we can go back to trying to make this faster, because it's almost getting that 30-minute mark. You can see in certain timelines where inventions and things for like the common cold was created by scientists. Weapons and all types of other stuff that happened in history, it was created by scientists, people in the middle. The people who was fighting wars on both sides, they were doing this crazy stuff. But the minute that you seen somebody in the middle who was a result of someone in the middle, or someone in the middle decided they want to take one side, it became devastating. Ergo, what's his name? Thomas Edison. I can't name a couple people off the top of my head, but certain people, you get what position I'm saying. So pretty much, you will see both sides for what it is. And when they come towards you and insult you and say, yeah, you're a virgin, can die a virgin, or you get out your mom's basement, or get out your mom's house, and blah, 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 counter them. Say, hey, I do what the fuck I want. Trust me, you don't want me to get from my world, because I might do better than you, or I don't want to be your underling. Because I said it a lot to people who said stupid shit like that. I don't want to be your underling. Because think about it. If you take their advice and you do what they say, unofficially you're their underling. Because in terms, they will give you all these games, and when it doesn't work, they want you to get something they're less than, because they think they're better than you overall. As I said before, they see themselves as better than you, and them giving you advice is boosting their ego up, even if they're more successful with women, even if they look better than you, even if they have all types of things that's better than you, and they got access to all women. It's still not enough. They need more power. They need more, and they need a following. And these are the type of people that you see. You see scammers all over. It's the same with cam models. They suck from the middle. They take from the middle. The men in the middle. They take their money. To strip naked on camera and do all that crazy shit. They benefit from the people in the middle. The men who don't get women and live at home, blah 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 blah, and all that other bullshit. They benefit from the middle. The guys on the other side who PUAs, they go out in the field and get these women. But the fact is, as I said before, they don't tell you the consequences of what they do or the damage they do to these females. Keep playing them the way they do. They don't tell you that. All they tell you is to do certain things and follow certain directions. The cam models are a result of pretty much them seeing the opportunity. Like I said, they benefit from one side, and that's the middle. Just like other people who benefit from one side. They benefit from one side. They take advantage of you. You're untapped material. And just like the PUAs, they're material for companies. They make companies rich. They tell you to go work out. That's more money for the gym. Even though the person don't know your body type and don't know if your genetics will get you to the point where you want to be at. There's some people who will show results in a year. Some people will show results in 2 years. Overall, they can't tell you if you're able to get the body that is going to appease women. Just like getting a job and working at a job. They're not going to tell you which job is going to pay you a lot of money, or what city has the best opportunities in, or where to go at, or what school to go in for a trade, and this and that. They're never going to tell you that. They will tell you more avenues to make other people rich. You go to the gym, you're paying them gym money. You go get a car, you're paying automobile shops more money out of your money. You're getting best clothes, you're paying the fashion industry money, the clothing industry money. And all that money that you're giving out, and all that energy that you're giving out, and all that stuff that you're doing for women, you don't know if you are going to be successful, or you're going to be successful and then get hit with some karma for doing what you did. Not because of what you did, but what the last person did who had game and gamed the same female. They don't tell you these things. But I'm trying to look out for everybody. Just don't allow people to get you out of your universe. If you're good in your universe, stay in your universe until it's time for you to get out of your universe and step in somebody else's universe, in somebody else's world. But don't let them get you out your world with insults and telling you that you shouldn't be online doing this and complaining and blah blah blah. Be your own person. They tell you to be confident. But they tell you to be confident based off what they want you to be. They want to contribute to what you. They want to contribute to your confidence. They want to contribute to everything that you are. They want to give you the tag. Like I said before, these people who on both sides, they're warehouse workers. They're not mad scientists. So know that you're a mad scientist. Know that they're warehouse workers. Do your own thing. That's all I have to say right now, man.